Maybe I'd never know your name, but still I'm filled with fascination. And as the platform falls away, I wonder where we'll go. Maybe you like coffee with a cigarette. In the morning as you watch the sunrise, and hold your friends and lovers close. Silently I wanna know, 'cause I don't know who you are, but maybe we in another life could fall in love, have it all, and chase our daydreams. But here we are, sat across from one another on an empty train, getting lost in thought.
Maybe I'll never know your name, still I can picture us 1,000 ways. And as you lead my mind astray, could it mean something, or am I lost in the view?
'Cause I don't know who you are, but maybe we in another life could fall in love, have it all, and chase our daydreams. But here we are, sat across from one another on an empty train, getting lost in thought. I've been drowning in troubled waters, trying to make a fleeting feeling last. I know that the sun gon' rise in the morning, bringing a brand new fear to my worried mind. I don't need any sympathy, I just wanna make things right with you and I. 'Cause you can't tell me no lies, girl, I see through the smile you're faking. I just can't take it, no. And I'm aware of it. Niggas wanna be in love for the hell of it. You're what they're chasing. I have to face it. Girl, I've been up all night, just running it through my mind. Yeah. How could I be so blind lately? Am I losing you, baby? Girl, I've been up all night, just trying to make all things right. I said I just can't hide lately. Am I losing you, baby? 7:30 alone again, baby girl, you treat me just like a friend. I don't need an apology, just to hide the truth and do it lie again. I know that the feeling comes in a moment, watching the whole thing crumble before my eyes. I don't need you to fight with me, I just wanna make things right with you and I. 'Cause you can't tell me no lies, girl, I see through the smile you're faking. I just can't take it, oh no. I'm aware of it. Niggas wanna be in love for the hell of it. You're what they're chasing. I have to face it. Girl, I've been up all night, just running it through my mind. Yeah. How could I be so blind lately? Am I losing you, baby? Girl, I've been up all night, just trying to make all things right. I said I just can't hide.
Hello, everyone. You can't see me right now, but just in a second, you're about to see two of us. Welcome to episode 1 of Trash Talks. This is a reboot of my old podcast. Let's hold on. Hey, let's just undeafen real quick. Just real quick. Hello.
Whoa,
Ggnacho, you there?
Hello.
Whoa.
I'm here.
Hey. What's up? So for today's episode, for the first very episode of Trash Talks Reboot podcast, today I'm bringing on my great friend Ggnacho.
Well, thank you.
So today's episode actually involves his presence being here because we are talking about Venatus. Oh, Venatus. If you guys don't know, today's topic is all about an esports team that was started by yours truly. And Ggnacho was one of the players for that team. So that is what we're going to be diving into as well. If you're not here to catch the live podcast, all these podcasts will be uploaded on YouTube as VODs for you to listen. With enough traction, they might be on Spotify, but yeah. This is the reboot of Trash Talks, and unfortunately there is no Sushi. He's actually busy. He was usually, I didn't even know he was like on every podcast until this morning when he told me that he has been on every single podcast that I've done. So I didn't know that. But
I didn't even realize that this was like a reboot or whatever.
Yeah, no. I've actually had a couple running episodes throughout the year. I think I've had 11 episodes. But then I felt like, I think this is a reboot. I think it's time we start off the new year with a new rebooted podcast, new themes and
replacing Sushi. All right,
replacing. Hey, don't tell him that.
Well, it's on the pod now.
So let's just get right into it then. Venatus. what a name. So like when you think of like amateur esports, like you think of like esports teams, you think of like just like a ragtag team of like 5 people just trying to play games, right? Pretty much. Or like
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much.
Like that's amateur like esports teams. That's like usually like semi-pro. I don't think there's ever like I don't know. I guess you can consider like the LFTs and like the shit that we were going against. I think like I don't know. There's like a separation in my mind there between like an amateur team and like just like a group of people.
Yeah, I was gonna agree with that. Yeah, like there's like in my head there's like a fine line, and it's like this is like what just a group of people playing games together look like, and then this is what like an amateur team looks like. Because even then, I think an amateur team is like pretty functional, right? I'm pretty sure that's kind of what we were going for, and that's what we were. And then like people we were going against were just like, oh, we're just 5 people on Discord with a group of with like one manager or something, and then we're just scrimming. I don't what I don't think happens for most teams is that I don't think they end up playing tournaments. I think they just play on a team that like the infamous I'm a team player title, and they just play ranked in scrims.
Yeah.
But not us. Not that's not what we were. But I think what we were. I think we were like I would place us in the tier of like we were in that group of like amateur teams that like started from scratch, like, and then for what we were, I think we were really solid. And I think we were like
I think so too.
We were like a really professional team, right? So, let's just dive into like the beginning though. Let's just dive into like why start an esports team, Especially at this age, in this time where esports teams are so unprofitable, even on like a pro level. What would what kind of insanity would set off your mind to start an esports team? Well, like for you.
Yeah, I don't know. You have to be a certain kind of delusional to start a team up, I think.
Is that what you're
I didn't start one up, so.
Well, one of us here is delusional. That's true. Yeah.
Well, of course, you have to deal with all of us, man. You're wearing all the hats.
I think to some degree I was a little crazy. It was a very big idea to throw out there. Where I was like, I don't even remember. I think I vividly remember the day where I was like, yeah, I want to just play esports. Like I just like every kid at some point has always wanted to play professionally for like the game that they like, right? But
yeah,
it just never crossed my mind until one day where I was like, I'm gonna start a team. Fuck it. And and then I message Ghost, and I'm like, dude, let's just play Valorant for a team. And it actually didn't start with VNS. So let's backtrack a bit, where I had this server called TPI. It's actually the server we're in right now. But we had this server was like actually originally meant to be a server for people who wanted to play Valorant and rank up together really fast, because we were all focused on ranking up and playing tournaments. But we never had like those other like factors that teams have, where it's like you get a team and manager, schedule, all this. No, we just literally just hopped on call and played rank.
Which is, I think, what everyone else is. But I don't know. It seemed like you said like you wanted to do tournaments and stuff. I feel like even back then you already had like that idea in mind of taking it like a step further. I think I wanted to take back then I had the idea where I wanted to take a step further. I just don't think I knew how to shape it yet. And in that form, that's what TPI was. And even then, like, it was still fun. Just getting people together and just playing. But then I think after TPI just kind of settled down, and I kind of looked at it as more as a brand, or like a server just for hangout and stuff. I really thought down. I was like, hey, I really want to do
just an esports team for Valorant for now. You know, like I really just want to do Valorant. And so that's how the whole Venatus stuff started. And believe it or not, the first thing I got done, you would not believe it. It wasn't look for members. It was do the logo and the name.
I mean, the logo is everything, man. Logos are like iconic.
Right. Yeah.
So having a good one, even for an amateur team, is like it already puts you, you know, in a different category. Again, it's not just like 5 people playing together to like rank up in ladder. It's, you know, they're unified under like one flag, you know.
Right. Yeah. I was really so focused in the beginning about like the masking the team to look already professional, because I believe that like if you have the environment to look as professional as possible, as much as you want it, when you bring people in, their first impression is everything, right? So when you bring new people in and they see that like, oh, this is a really nice logo, this is a really good name too, this looks like a well thought out brand or esports team, you know, it look like, I believe that they have a vision to go further than what I expect. Maybe I'm gonna work harder for it, you know, kind of type beat, or just good impressions for people that chime in to like Venatus and stuff like that. So I was really excited.
I mean, that's like that was the, you know, when you I tried out, I instantly felt, you know, it was like a whole different atmosphere with like the added like logo and I don't know, it was like I stepped into something like that had potential, you know, and it was very apparent that it had potential.
Did you have like were you like actively trying out for other teams at the time, or did you just happen to like find our post and you're like, these guys look stupid, I want to join?
No, I was actively trying out for, I think I had like 2 other teams that I tried out for, but
how did those go?
Oh, those are fucking those are fucking horrible. Can I swear on this?
Yeah, you're good. But like in what way though? Like when you like you came in, like were they like just, and was it the people? Was it like the server? Like how did it go?
Well, it's a mix of both. So like the servers weren't like meant for the team or whatever. It was just like one of the dudes hangout servers. So it already felt like very laid back, which is fine, but going into it, I was like, oh, these guys are not really. Then it doesn't seem like they're taking it seriously. And then the clashing of the egos is a pretty big thing, especially if they're like ranked players.
Yeah.
So like both teams had the, I don't know, I guess that ranked mentality, and that I wasn't looking for that. I was looking for like, you know, team play and team synergy. So then going to you, not before we even got into the game, and seeing, you know, the server with like it centered around the team, it felt much more like well oiled, you know?
Yeah. I remember when you first messaged me about the LFG, and I was like, hey, do you have a, like, I remember the process I had when I was LFGing for people was, can I take a look at your tracker first? Can I like just, you know, see what's up? Do you have any like history and stuff? Because like I just wanted to make it sound I'll be very truthful. I didn't really care too much about their player stats and stuff like that. I just wanted to know if they were chill, you know, if they, I wanted to like impress them. It's like, hey, you're asking to join a team. Hey, let me do a background check on you. I don't really, but in my head I'm like, I don't really care. I just wanna scare you. but also, it also gave me a bit of like leeway to talk to the person and see like, if like just by texting them if they were like chill or not, you know. And I actually like got to kind of confirm that with when I tried to join a team after, and I basically got in just by how I was talking about the game through Discord messages. And then in my head I was like, wow, this is easy, man. I word my way through. But that process comes later. But I remember at the time I also think you came right after someone left as well. And I believe that was one of our duelists at the time. We lost our duelist and we were looking for someone. And we actually trialed one person before you. I don't really remember their name, but it was really troubling because we were like trying to get a game with them and we just couldn't until like almost the last day. And then I was like, okay, guys, we have one guy. His name's Ggnacho. Can we try him? Because we have no one else. And then I sent you a Discord link, and then you're like, hey, just a quick question about tonight. Am I there for the scrim? And I was like, oh, thank God he messaged back. I was like, please, can you come in 15 minutes? And you're like, yeah. So
Shit, dude, I was waiting for that call.
I was like, thank God you messaged back. Otherwise, we would have been 4-man and canceled the scrim, and then who knows who we would have gotten then. But yeah, the whole gathering process was essentially the same for everyone, except for Corey actually. You and Wolfie basically got in the same way. Ghost was there from the start, and then Corey was actually like a sub, but because someone on our team was, we had a scrim with a team, and after our scrim, I asked everyone how they felt about this person, and they were like, "Oh, I don't know how I feel about him." So I was like, "Oh, okay. Hey, bro, you did great, but I don't know if we're what we're looking for." And then Corey was like, "Okay, I take spot," and then that was it. So essentially, that was really it.
What the fuck?
And take in mind, Corey was
How did Corey?
gold 3 at the time. Like, he came in as a
Shit.
KO main. Did you know that? He came in as a KO main.
I knew that he came in as not a duelist. That
Yeah.
I knew. I didn't know that he was a KO main though.
So he actually
That makes sense,
trialed
though.
Ascent. He trialed Ascent on KO, and that's what he played. And that was the game we came back 11-1. And that's where we really like. I was like, that first game actually, that was our first scrim ever as a team, and we weren't actually a team yet. We were still trialing, and this was before your time too. After we got that 11-1 clutch, I said to myself internally, I was like, oh my God, this is so exciting.
Yeah.
You know, it was like I was already happy enough that we were starting a team and stuff like that, but I was even more excited at the fact that we just did something crazy at the beginning, and now I feel more passionate about this. I feel like now I can just keep doing this for a while. There was so much passion. There was like a big drive to just keep on going, and I think that's why VNS accelerated so well, so fast, because like there was always someone, if not just me, there was 5 of us that were super passionate, and we were mostly on the same page. That being, we just want to win. So we were
True,
hungry, you know?
yeah.
We were hungry, you know? We wanted to win, and we were hungry.
And we had a goal. We had an enemy there, like a face to put on the end goal.
That's true, yeah.
I think that really helped.
Once we actually had our whole team, which consisted of you, me, Ghost, Wolfie, and Corey, we, ironed out some of the kinks, like manager schedule stuff, and we had something good going on, Obviously, like, I won't go in yet about the workload, but we had something good going on where it was consistent, and we all started learning at a pretty good pace because we were all on the same page about understanding that all of us want to win and we want to get good as fast as possible.
Yeah.
And I think we did. Like, for the most part, we did. Corey started at gold 3, and by the end of it, he was like Ascendant 1, in 2 months, I'm pretty sure. Two or 1, I think it was 2. Same with me, you got a Diamond 3.
You guys went crazy
Diamond 2,
with
Diamond
the...
3, like, friggin', we started skipping up, And do you remember? Oh, you know what? I remember. It was on Instagram. I got the post about the first tournament we did, the Argo tourney.
Mm-hmm.
So I got it on Instagram, and I thought it was a scam because I saw like, this is like the most like off like descriptive tournament I've ever read, and the prize money is like 400, right? And I was like, I don't even know if like this is real. Is this even happening? Like, there's no team signed up at the moment. There's like no page views on this, but fuck it. We've been scrimming. We haven't really done anything other than scrimming. We haven't done really anything else. We've just been working on the social media and like kind of like the like the vanity version of like Venatus, so just like the masking and stuff, appearance wise.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's finally get like our experience in. So we do this tournament, right? Right? We go in, and it puts us in this round robin. You remember the round robin? That was like the pre-tournament. Like,
Yeah.
and
That was
how much do you remember about like that round robin?
okay, well I remember that right from the get-go, our team was not considered to be going like far or winning much like at all. Which kind of sucked, but also like gave at least for me personally, it gave me something to prove.
Mm-hmm.
So going into that, it was a bit of like like testing the waters to see if like we could actually do like because scrims are one thing, but then like when you get into an actual game,
Yeah.
it's
Like,
another.
The actual tournament, yeah. And
Yeah.
I remember how underestimated we were, and it was like a
was
spit,
insulting,
It was
man.
a
What
spit
the
in the
fuck?
face. It was a spit in the face,
Yeah.
And it had me thinking like, do we really look that shit on the outside? And I was like, I don't know if we do, because realistically, right, there were 6 teams, and rank wise we should have been projected as the 3rd highest, yet I'm pretty sure we were voted odds against a silver team, which really hurt.
Every single time.
It really
Every
hurt.
single fucking time.
But again, like you said, it gave us something to prove, and that's the thing, right? Like, I didn't like take it to heart, but I also was like, man, I'm gonna tell these guys we better fucking lock in, because we're getting betted against silvers. It's like, you gotta be shitting me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we got our ass kicked in the round robin. Other than like the easier matches, which of course was like rank disparity, obviously. But that's when that's when we stumbled into like what really drove Venatus to succeed in its core, And I hate to say it, but Dubai Duelist, that's the guy.
Which guy?
Who? 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 That guy was, I don't know. It was, you could tell at first glance, like by how he was playing against us. We were like, why is he here? Why of all places is this guy playing here? And Chad, if you don't know, we went up against a Radiant in our round robin, and he absolutely destroyed us on Haven. Absolutely destroyed us. I think the scores were, if I remember, the round robin scores were like 13-5, 13-7, because I think 13-5 we were like barely winning rounds, and 13-7 was like we tried to like learn a bit on how to like make reads against him, but we only got like 2+ rounds on him. It was mainly just him. But yeah,
because like we could read like the layout and like what they were gonna do, but I don't know, when a Radiant pulls the trigger,
yeah, when
he's
someone
just gonna click heads.
When someone's just mechanically better, game sense really just doesn't matter. I hate to say it, but that guy was tapping.
But like but also at the same time, once we went after we got our ass handed to us, it was like a wake up call. It was like a wake up call. My bad.
Right.
And I don't know. It was like there was already like the motivation to be better, but that kind of like it kind of clicked, and I feel like it clicked with all of us that like, oh, this is the guy that we're gonna beat. Like this is our end goal right now.
Yeah, I know for me, like after we lost our round robin to that guy, our scrims started looking so much more serious. Like our schedule, like obviously, like we were busy. We were a busy team. It looked like a full-time job. The way the schedules looked. Honestly, that's my fault, but but at the same time, that's how you know I really wanted to beat this guy, because I was like, I think this tournament is possible, because the round robin doesn't count for anything in the tournament. The round robin was actually meant just to test the waters for all the teams, because the tournament host they were going on vacation or something, if I remember. So they had to yeah, so they had to move the tournament forward. Yeah, so the tournament would have actually started literally a week after the round robin. But vacation pushed it back like another like month. And honestly,
thank God.
Thank God.
That training.
Thank God that guy went on vacation, because who knows what would have happened if he didn't. Jesus. But, you know, in that 1 month, I cannot stress how fast 5 of us improved so well, to a certain extent. But like, obviously there's a hard cap to how much you can train, and then, like, you know, there's you know, but it, for the most part, it reflected on our rank. It reflected in the manner that we spoke to each other, and it also, like, reflected on us as a team in general, you know.
Yeah,
I was super proud of us because of how fast we were improving, how good we were looking as a team. And that just cleared my mind a lot when it came for me to IGL, you know. And chat, if you didn't know, I was also the IGL of Venatus, and I forgot Ggnacho was also our initiator / controller. So, and the thing was, like, we were still figuring ourselves out after, like, the first couple weeks and stuff like that, just trying to sort ourselves out. And I'm talking about, like, the first couple weeks after, like, it was the 5 of us specifically. We're still figuring out roles. We were still figuring out what we want to do, cooking comps, and even then I was still trying to, like, get everyone's schedule together and trying to write them while juggling work at the same time, you know.
Yeah, which, dude, that's fucking crazy. How many?
It was crazy. It was actually crazy. I don't even. I'm saying it's a miracle the way our team went, considering, like, my participation as a player. I thought it would have been fine if I was just the owner and I was, like, helping you guys, but, like, I was an active player, which is what I wanted.
In the trenches with us,
like, I was in the trenches with you guys, you know. But that's what I wanted, and I was like, work's not gonna get in the way of that. I'm not sure as hell not gonna let that happen. But obviously did take a toll. But regardless, that 1 month was like grind month. We did a lot of theory crafting. I did a lot of aim training, and I think I spent a lot of late nights with our beloved bootleg coach, Henry. You know, VOD reviewing. He actually it was after work, and he would come home and he'd be like, "All right, Betch, show me your VOD." So we'd go through it and he'd tell me my mistakes and stuff like that. And then his game sense also helped broaden my kind of map awareness as well. And it kind of just helped me transfer that info to you guys. So I'm like, you know, we're gonna cook up this and that. We're gonna try that and this, you know. And I don't know. Sometimes I like and take in mind, I've never IGL'd before. Until Venatus, until VNS. There was never a time I IGL'd. Even when I was, like, a player in Overwatch, I wouldn't say shit to my teammates. I wouldn't say a single thing. I would just be like, I need healing. Shit healer.
Oh yeah, fucking
tank
Genji.
die.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. No. So you know the kind of player I am. But VNS was like an experimental kind of thing for me to IGL, and, you know, it was
Yeah,
really
I mean,
fun.
and you did good.
I think I did pretty damn good, you know. I just trying things out, you know. And I think also because of the passion, it also helped kind of smoothen that communication up with how I wanted to IGL and stuff like that. But yeah.
Oh, no, for sure. Like, I felt your passion. Just messaging you, like, before I got trialed, I felt that passion. And so being in game with that passion is like the mental that I have in game. It's like always to improve and, like, you know, what can I do for the team? But then when you have an IGL that's like passionate and is very much for the team, it, you know, gives you that extra kick to do better, you know, to improve faster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think having people around you with the same idea, if not everyone else, just one person, even just like cheering you up, like telling you like, "Yo, I'm trying to do the same thing you are, and we're here together." That's already like that's all you need, really. Like that.
Yeah.
That's a very uplifting motivation. And yeah, so like I after like that 1 month of training, we came back to the tournament and like we just we ripped it. Like honestly, we were actually I'm pretty sure like we were super nervous, right? Because it's been a whole month. Nobody's really heard of us. We got like we redid our logo actually because if I don't even know if you know Nacho, but we actually had a different colored logo at some point. And
Really?
it's a very small subtle change, and I'm gonna have it on the stream right now for chat to see. But if you see right here, it's actually the same colors on the left side and the V in the middle, but the right side of the N is actually a different color. It's not like a darkish reddish pink. It was actually like peach colored. So, let me send this to you. I'll even send this to you. So this is what actually our old logo looked like. So that's like we did a lot of like changes to like appearance wise stuff for VNS, and we were just like ironing out the kinks other than like just practicing and training. We got a lot of good damn clips. Some of our scrims were really good, I remember a lot of really nice like rounds where it was like we like played into like an ideal situation and we came out with all 5 of us alive on certain rounds. It was really good.
Shit, dude, I don't remember those.
There was no.
But
Dude,
that's not to say that like the scrims were like I had a bad like I have bad memory for like what the scrims were, like they were all bad. No, it's just like I for me personally, I learn a lot more, when you're in like the shit.
mm-hmm.
And so like the scrims that were difficult for not just me but for like the team as a whole was the ones that like I really latched onto and like remembered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I mean they were still sure, like, it sucks getting your ass handed to you, but the mentality of like our team, we just kept getting back up and we kept running it down in the scrims, and it worked out.
Mm-hmm. And at the same time, I'm also really surprised with how we were how we were able to squeeze in so many days of practice per week. Like, Christ. Our schedule Monday all the way to Sunday was always 2 free days, and then the rest was BO2 BO3 on one day, or BO3 on another day, and then BO3 plus VOD review or something, or BO3 plus whiteboard. But every day it was at least 5, or it was like at least 2 scrims. Always at least 2 scrims. Some days, I think one day it was like Friday was only like 1 BO2 or something, or BO3. But it was a lot. Like all of us are like above the age of 20, or 20 or above the age of 20. Sorry, myself included. And we were all busy adults, we were all working class people, and somehow we managed to fit in like basically a part-time job.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say that because,
well, I mean, fuck, man.
I mean,
5 days a week.
So those hours were crazy. Like, don't get me wrong, but I was really proud of that too. Like, I also like it was something about being so strict about our schedule and being tight on our practices, which made it so much more appealing to be part of a team, right?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like, I come from you come from Overwatch 2, and so do I. And I was in like some amateur teams in Overwatch, and I learned a lot from a former coach then, and like he had the same routine, like same scheduling as like we did, and at least for me, while it's a lot like the workload is fucking heavy. It's just like so much like the improvement of the team and the players, like it shows with a strict like schedule like that. And I think for me personally, I love that. I love that grind mentality there.
Yeah, because like it's stuff like that that really gets you going when you hear the casters of a tournament say, wow, it has only been a month and we've seen a huge jump in ranks of players from Venatus. I remember those. I dream about, like, when I go to sleep sometimes and I think about VNS before I go to sleep, I have dreams about like certain clips in the VODs from our tournament, and it's word for word too. When I go back to the stream and I'm like, oh my god, dude, we got so many compliments for that 1 month that we, like, I would say that was our training arc right there. That really was our training arc. And that's where we like found such a unique bond and chemistry in that team. And I was just like, and my passion and drive were just going up and up, because like I was just like I was seeing, like, usually with these kind of things it's really hit or miss, like passion projects. You either succeed and you keep going, or you don't, and it's always 50-50. This, however, after the 50-50, it became like 80-20, because after each time we succeeded in a goal or something, or we went through like that 1 month, for example, I just kept feeling more and more so sure that this was a very unique team, and that like I wanted to preserve that. I wanted to improve with you guys specifically. And I was like, I'm so glad it's you guys and not anyone else at the time. You know? So it was like, I felt like, yeah, if I wanted to, I could bring in an immortal player, but that wouldn't really matter, because if it's not the same mindset and stuff like that, I don't think we could improve the same. You know? And, yeah. And it's just like, it was just like so fun going into the tournament. Like, even though we were nervous, our first round, I think the only reason why we were nervous is because we didn't want to get booted out the first round. That would have been like, I think that was my biggest fear, at least. I didn't want to like get matched up with like the Radiant after 1 month and like just get booted out off.
Yeah.
Right. Like have our sweatiest match.
It's like
you know?
a whole month of training, right? To kind of like jump into it and get our shit rocked. That would have really
hurt us, man. I won't lie. Yeah, like, because the entire month was just literally about him. Like we really studied his VODs. We studied how he plays, and we adapted to that kind of like counterplay, you know. And like, surely enough, guys, we played our first match, and it was against an enemy team that I would say would probably be around the same elo. Yeah, around the same elo. They were like diamond players. Right? It was like a full team of diamonds with like one ascendant.
Yeah.
And if I remember, it was throw for bubble tea, if I remember, and it was split. We stomped those guys, absolutely stomped them. That was rare history when I played Astra back then. I don't play Astra anymore now, but that was back when I played Astra. It was so fun to cook when we were like in a team scenario, because my util actually matters, because it's meaningfully placed, and it's going somewhere to use. You know, you guys are calling and stuff like that. Everything was tight. Our team comms were tight. Everyone's mechanics were up, you know, looking good. And yeah, dude, like, we just banged out our first match like really, really well. You know?
And it but even still, dude, the casters were still like yeah, they was like, hey, like, you know, good job. They're doing. There was still fucking doubts.
They
dude,
were
though,
they
like,
weren't that excited about the win. I remember that was the first streamed game of the tournament. You know, like
and like the difference between our team and the other team. I mean, I don't want to shit on another team, but it's like, yeah, our team was a team, and we worked on these comps and worked on like the certain setups and plays, protocols for how they would react to what we were doing.
Right.
and they were kind of just playing it like a ranked match, like a group of friends, just
Yeah. And
having fun, I guess.
I actually felt like I felt like some people were dogging on us about that, that we were like taking it so seriously, right? And that we were like,
Yeah.
yeah, and me personally, if you ask me now, me even back then, I would just say, fuck you, straight up, because there was prize money, man. $400?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Hell no. I'm not. I'm gonna try my ass off for $400. God damn. You know what I could buy? Like, dude, $400 each. That's $80 for each of our players. Well, minus 40 for me. But $80 for each of us. I could buy like a lot of shit with that. That's good money right there. And like if that tournament never happened, I other tournaments would probably have not been a better option, because there are so many tournaments out there that the prize money is only like $50, $80, $100,
Yeah.
And this one being what, free entry? Yeah, this one was a free entry tournament for 400 prize pool. And it was I was hungry, bro. I saw that, and I that's why I sent it to you guys. I was like, I don't know if it's a scam or not, but we got to do this tournament, our first one.
Dude, it was meant for us.
Yeah, it was meant for us. It's called the Argo tournament, bro. And the thing was, like, after our first match, I think all our nerves were gone. At the time, like after that first match, we really just like, great job, great first match, guys. All right, let's focus on the next one now.
Yeah.
And do you remember what was the spacing between the days of our tournament? Was it like a week for each match, or?
I think it was like the weekend after. So it was like it happened on the weekend, and then next weekend it would happen. I could be wrong though, but I'm pretty sure there was like a
right, because I do remember that
a decent amount of time.
I do remember that tournament running for a little long than I remember, because I remember our first match was like on like a single digit number of the month, and then like the grand final was on like the 21st or 23rd of like June.
Yeah.
It was such a long tournament. Like I really wish they did run it like a little shorter, but that did give us a lot of more time to train and shit like that. So I'm not complaining, and take in mind that we were so nervous because of one guy. And how many games did we play in that tournament in total? It was throw for bubble tea, and then one more team, and then it was best or bust, right?
Yeah.
So and then gritty gang. So we played 4 teams in total, and we won all 4 of our matches. But before we talk about grand final, there was one team. There was an immortal player, but he didn't show up. And dude, when I tell you, I'm so deadass that he didn't come to play because he thought his team wouldn't need him. It stays on my mind that that's what I thought it was. Cause he was playing in that tournament the whole time until our match came up, and then he switched out his player for like a diamond player or something. And I was like, dude, this guy underestimated us. But then we beat his team, and then we moved on to grand finals. So I was like, yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that was like that one was like the day after. There was no like.
It was the day after,
like rest period.
Yeah, and you know what? I remember, like, we talked amongst each other that the semifinal best or bust game was going to be the hardest game before we get to Gritty Gang, like, or GG. I'm not gonna say that fully. That's so cringe. But GG was the team that we had to get to, and best or bust was like the team before. So, and I was worried about that because all the games we had before were actually manageably easy. But this was like the first like toughest match we were gonna have, and it was not close actually, right? If I remember, we sweep them, right? I think
One map was
I
somewhat
think,
close.
I
I
think
think it was like 13-7.
Yeah. It was either Ascent or it was Fracture. Was it? No. Was it Fracture? Was Fracture part of that pool?
Yes.
It was Icebox.
'Cause we practiced
Icebox,
it,
yeah,
so.
Pearl was out. Icebox came in, and that's where we 13-3'd them.
Oh, yeah.
We 13-3'd them on Icebox. And when chat, I'm telling you, we beat them and we genuinely thought we were the best in the world. And it was crazy. We were celebrating so hard, and then I was like, wait, guys. We have one more. We have the finals. We have to win the finals. So, the fated day came where we went against GG. After a whole month of training, and we came back, and what did we see? Dubai Duelist was missing.
Dude, that
The
was so.
disappointment, man. It, like, how did you feel? How were you doing on that day?
Well, so even before, so up until that point, GG, like that guy was very vocal about like doing this, like him thinking that it was going to be a clean sweep and that he was going to get like easy money. And then when our names came up about like how like we're like gunning for him, it was kind of like a brushing us off to the side.
Yeah,
and so
he
like
thought
right from
we
the
were a
get go,
joke,
it was. Yeah, it was very egotistical, and so come the day of, while I am nervous about the, making sure that I don't get my ass handed to me, I was also like extremely, I wanted to get in there and like, duke it out with him.
Yeah.
But then he doesn't show, and it was like, dude, like that's such a bitch move.
You said it exactly
Talk
right.
all this shit,
Yeah.
man.
We did forget to mention he was so vocal about, like, especially on Twitter, and to the tournament organizers, he was so vocal about how easy our match was gonna be, and how like us proclaiming that we are coming for his team. This guy didn't even bat an eye, and on top of that, this guy after he left that other team, he messaged our manager and was like, "Oh, you guys want to still like set up a custom and stuff like that? I'll bring my 4 Radiant friends." And I was like, "Dog, what? Come on, man." I was like, come on, ego, man. Your ego can't be broken like that, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like, dude, I don't know. It's just egos like that. It's, but it was.
And there's a difference between him like being like, "Hey, okay, never mind. I underestimated you guys. You guys want to try going up against like Radiant play, like a Radiant team,
that would have been fine
and see how you
too,
do."
yeah.
But it was like, oh, like I was playing with babies. How about you, hop into this custom, so that I can show you,
Yeah, it was
that
a
I'm
lot of
top
it was a lot
dog.
of copium,
Yeah, which like of course Radiants are gonna kick our ass. Like,
Like, no shit, man. Like, that's not what we're asking
Yeah.
for. That's not what. Like, I don't think he heard the question right. But like, yeah. So when he didn't come, we were just really upset. But we still wanted to win, so we played the final, and yeah, we kicked their ass too. I believe we never got brought to OT, if I remember. The VOD is on YouTube actually, and I've watched it a couple times.
it was a long. It started like early and it ended like, fuck, dude. We were in there, best of 5, right?
I think the first final without Dubai was the one that was BO3, right? Or was it best of 5? Do you remember?
Oh, it might have been best of 3.
Yeah, I think the first one was BO3, because then there's a final and then there's a grand final, which I don't really understand all that, but what?
Oh, true.
Yeah.
No, you're right. My bad.
Yes. No.
Yeah,
you're good.
that went by pretty fast.
Yeah. That
Without
one.
him, it was easy.
That one went by a little faster than I thought. But after that, we were really bittersweet. I remember us winning, and we didn't feel the same because like all that hard work that we put in a whole month, and the person that we did it for to go against wasn't even there. So we were just really disappointed, and we just wanted to just like get it over with, just win the tournament and get out. To our surprise, we actually, I get a notification actually from one of the organizers that he's back. He is back because all losing teams in that bracket go to a loser's bracket, and they have to fight their way to the top spot in the loser bracket. And whoever wins the loser's bracket, meets us in the grand final for a BO6, because we never dropped a single map in the main bracket, or not a single map, sorry, a single game in the main bracket. And we have like an extra life apparently, which is like we have to win only one BO3 and they have to win 2 BO3s or something, whoever meets us in the grand finals. So right. It was, I don't know if it was June or May, but it was like the 21st, and it was Best or Bust versus GG. And that was the game, like, we were like, yo, it's the, and that's when the Immortal came back too. It was the Immortal versus the Radiant. And honestly, we really wish it was the Immortal team, Immortal plus Diamond team, to win. Because we were like, we really just want to go against them. I want the Immortal back. But then, in my head, I was also like, I kind of also want GG to win, because I really want to go against the Radiant. Because
I wanted to shit on the Radiant.
We were like, this guy talks so much shit for so long. We practiced for a whole month. We come back, this guy scurries away, and then he comes back. He better be in the grand finals. He better. So yeah, that and not really surprising, but he did win, and boom, grand finals. The big day. I can't even describe like how we were feeling that day. I don't even remember it. That whole day was such a fever dream for me. It just felt so surreal, like those games. How much do you remember about that day?
Oh fuck, dude. I remember very much like being excited, but maybe a little too much, where it was kind of like nerves. And like when I put my all into something, I put my all into something.
Mm-hmm.
So like you know that the idea that people like talk shit about you for like caring or trying in something.
Mm-hmm.
That was very much on my mind as well, with like the nerves of wanting to play properly and to look good, you know, as a team.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of anxiety during that at the start, before, like on that day.
Right.
I remember a lot of anxiety and nerves.
Which is honestly, I mean, like no one could blame you. I mean, like that's the big day for us, right? You know.
Yeah. But I liked it. I liked.
To be frank, it was good that we were nervous. Honestly, it was good. There was a lot at stake.
Yeah, and that was another thing that I didn't want. I worried that because we were like, you know, dominating in all the other matches, I didn't want us to overestimate ourselves. So like having those nerves is like, oh, okay, like I still have something to prove. It's not like I'm like top dog or whatever. It's not like we can't be beat. It was it was like an underdog story. So
right, basically, yeah, it really was.
That helped with keeping our heads on, I think.
Mm-hmm. I think there was so much influence from different like things in that whole tournament. There was, you know, we were surprisingly enough, we were building up a fan base in that whole tournament. And we were, you know, winning games, and people were just talking about us, you know. So obviously, like, we're gonna start getting traction. And I was getting nervous because on my mind I was like, wow, more people are recognizing our name, more people are paying more attention to us, and we are nervous because we don't know if we're going to perform. It's the last match, and you know, like I wasn't at no point was I was overestimating ourselves, because I was like I I was underestimating us. Honestly, I was like, oh my gosh, we are doing so good. I didn't think we'd do this good, but at the same time, I was also more focused like on like what we like actual realistic things, like like making call outs and stuff like that. Like 80% was actually like of my mind was like IGLing stuff, and then 20% of my mind was like thinking about like me personally, just like, wow, I just can't believe this is happening. What the wow. And you know, but it was like during that tournament where I knew like I have to be so focused because these guys are relying on my calls. These guys are relying on me to say something. In the worst games, in the best games, I need to say something always. At like, you know, I cannot go quiet, you know, because if I do, then I'm not doing my job. And I'm glad that I kept saying that to myself, because at no point did I think I don't know if I went quiet at any point. I don't think I did. I think relatively like the IGLing was very smooth. We had. Were there any games that we had that were like, you know what? There was one game, I think. It was tough on us because we were so hung. In a bit, yeah, sorry. So at some point, it was Icebox. It was Icebox. Yeah, it was that map. That was the map where we built up a good lead. We had a lot of good rounds.
Oh, yeah.
But we could not close up that map. And this was the grand finals, everyone chat. This was like the against the Radiant. Oh my god, dude, he won up so many rounds for them. But like there were like 2 crucial moments in that game that would have led us to win. And one, I will, oh my god, dude, I will always blame myself for being there's 2 people. There was this one round. You remember the round? We were defenders, and it was Dubai last alive. 1v4, right? Corey swings and dies. I swing to trade. then it's like Wolfie and like Ghost or something, or Wolfie and, I don't know if it was you and Wolfie, or
I'm pretty sure it was me and Wolfie.
It was you and Wolfie. Yeah, it was. Wolfie gets early, but then he ego swings and dies. Because he taps because Dubai taps the bomb, fakes it, and then walks out to kill Wolfie. And when he killed Wolfie, I was devastated. I was like, this guy just made Nacho's winning chance from like 70% to 50. Like I don't even know what to say anymore, man. I was like, no, this is so tough. I was trying to keep my composure, and I was honestly like, yeah, let's just lock it in. Like I hit the timeout button. I was like, guys, don't worry. We've literally won this many rounds already. It's just another round. You know, we cook. We don't ego swing. Don't, you know, stuff like that. Lock in, because I know we can do this, and I know we're smart. And
yeah.
And then I think after the timeout we just lost. And I was like, and in my head I was like, no, man. Everyone's devastated. I was gonna say,
I remember that. I remember him, and fuck, dude, it was like, of all the players that could be left alive, it was him. So immediately, like, I felt, for me personally, I felt a shift in like, oh, okay, no, now my brain is already working, but it now has to work like twice as much because my mechanics are not as good as him. So I need to, we need to double swing him. We need to, play smart. And there are egos, and it's unfortunate that sometimes they get the better of us. But like, damn, dude, the full month we were practicing, and we were practicing specifically like double swinging and like setting each other up, and that all went out that window. That round, which was in the moment. There's a brief moment, like immediately when that round like went down, where I was really defeated. Like it fucking sucked because I didn't have any confidence in myself. I think my ping was like 80 consistently, and his was like
Oh yeah, take in mind we played on Texas servers for that game too. We played on off servers. Yeah. It was
so it was really disheartening to have that happen.
There was also
it felt it.
yeah,
Like the team felt it.
it was also that round where we tried to body block the Ggnacho ult, which was disgustingly stupid of us because that was like
Body block the.
Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
It-
What the
It was
fuck?
okay, so we had 4v4 on retake and you and Ghost like kill one each, and I think Wolfie kills two. Or no. Wolfie kills one, Ghost kills one. You and Wolfie are holding. You get killed. Wolfie's still holding like the left side of yellow because he knows both of them are long. And then Ggnacho jumps up of top box of be long and then ults, right? But then instead of trying to shoot it, Wolfie jumps in front of it while Ghost is defusing. And then they both get detained and then he die. They both die.
Fucking hell.
So then I remember we weren't heated, but we were just like, dog, what?
What the fuck?
And then he was like, shit, my bad. I didn't think about that. And I was like, man. I was like, this is not the time to be making those kind of mistakes. That's like scrims, bro. And it was just like, holy shit, dude. Oh. In
I
like,
blocked that out of my mind.
it's rounds like that. Those are like my Roman empires, man. I remember those rounds so to detail because it's like, we could have won that first game, honestly. And that would have been it. But when our team lost that game, it was pretty devastating because I could already tell like what was it, Wolfie was pretty down, like he was super down. Ghost, like he was down but he was trying to like uplift us. Me, I was just I was in my head thinking like what can I like say to like make these guys like chill, like we're good, like we're that's just the first map. And then all of us in unison we're just like, it's the first map, we're fine, you know, we know why we lost that, but you know, like we can just use that to learn for the next map. We can better ourselves for the next game and close that game up. We still have a lot of time.
Do you remember
You know?
what the maps were?
So we only chose the maps for the first BO3, which was
Right.
yeah, the other BO3 we didn't choose yet because we would have to wait until we lost the first one.
Right.
Yeah. So it was map 1 icebox done, and then we mentally reset for map 2, which was Ascent. And I think we were a little more confident because we knew this was our map. Ascent was our map, 100%, no doubt. I would say Icebox is our second because we were pretty good at cooking on that. But
Yeah, and I think that's another reason, because what I remember was that like we were confident on ice, or maybe I was too confident. I was confident that Icebox was a good solid map for us. So then having that be the first one that we'd lose just right out the gate, yeah, the mental was like took a hit for sure.
yeah, and we were the ones who actually picked Icebox. They picked Ascent.
Yeah.
Enemy team was the one who picked Ascent. We picked Icebox, and then we both decided on Bind. So it was kind of sad to see our first pick go to waste, like that. But then we're like, okay, they picked the second map for us. This will be good for us, and
True.
that's where it's like, now we're like, huh. This is when we went to the Ascent game, we were like going in nervous, but luckily enough, Ghost actually had a Wi-Fi issue, so he had to actually disconnect for a bit, and that gave us time to actually chillax a bit because we were.
Oh yeah.
That's when we started knifing the spray. We sprayed down. Take in mind, Dubai Duelist played Reyna, and he sprayed down. We put a spray of Reyna on the wall, and we just started knifing at it. And if you looked at the casters POV, they're just staring at us and trying to talk about something else. They're talking about like Uber Eats or something, right? And they cut the camera and they just see us fucking going at it. So that was really funny. And like again, that game was pretty smooth, like hella smooth. If I could summarize the whole Ascent game in like a couple words, I would say like absolute sweep. like horrendous sweep. We went 13-4. Like that was the game. That was a good game.
Oh, I get okay. Like fucking shit on our parade. I will. And that was like after the first map, Dubai was like extremely confident in himself that he
Oh,
like
yeah.
actually walked out.
Mhm.
And like I think he went to go get food, like his Uber.
Oh
Eats
yeah,
or
he
whatever.
he
So
left.
there's, like,
yeah,
yeah,
got food. Yeah, I do remember
and
that.
that's even though like I don't want to take away from us because we were able to come back like mentally, and then in the final map, I mean, we won it, so it was huge for us that ascent map. But that was like a blessing in disguise, like all of the pauses and stuff, just for at least for my mental to like be able to breathe without like a 30-second timer counting down in
Mhm.
between rounds.
Yeah, I think those breaks that we got were like quite miracles for us. Just enough time for us to wind down. And I think the enemy team, like, they weren't even sweating. They thought they were like chilling. They could just close up the second map and then move on to the next BO3 and then do the same thing. So, and lucky enough, we won pistols. I'm pretty sure I went positive against him. Like if I go to like character thing, I killed him so many times in that game off rip. First pistol round was you though. You frenzied him and he walked out. He walked out of main and you just frenzied the shit out of him. I was like,
Yeah,
damn
Frenzy was
Nacho.
goated.
It's like, damn Nacho. What the fuck? And that whole game went really smooth. So we killed him off and then he hopped off Reyna. Like, take in mind that, you remember, he hopped off Reyna after the second match. Like, we sweeped him on Ascent, and he went 5-16 on Reyna on Ascent, and then he got off of Reyna. He went back to Jet on the last map for Bind. And that Bind was the one where we were like, remember when we won Ascent? And you screamed so loud at the end? We were dying. We were like... But I think that screamed really helped all of us because it was so uplifting. Like, we brought it back so well and so ideally as well. And you screaming just was like, yeah, we're fucking back. We're fucking back.
Go!
Like, so the third map was like fully neutral mental reset. It was like, now we're playing to win. This is the same as like we walked in the first game. So
Yeah.
and what was it? We went 9-3. It could have been 10-2 if I didn't ego swing. Because oh my god. Like I said, dude, I remember these rounds to detail. I knew Sage was gonna res short, so I started walking back. I tuck in corner, and then Corey was gonna peek, and then he was gonna bait for me. But then I ego swing, and then Oni kills both of us and puts it at 9-3.
Fuck.
And that made me so sad. But then, even worse, they started coming back. They brought it up to 10.
Yeah.
But then after 10, we started bringing it back too. Also, there was one round, I think. Yeah, 10. We were at 10-10, right? And it was you versus the Sky. Last, like it was like a bullet fest. Everyone just died. It was just you and the other Sky, and she was like tucking in Cubby or something. And you ulted. And like it was such a close fight. Both of you were hitting body shots, and then like it was like whoever peeks first dies. She peeks out and then she dies, and you get 11-10 for us. And we were just so happy. I was so glad. I was like, the gods are with us. Ggnacho is here. And then Wolfie closed it up with an amazing op 3K. On Cypher too.
That was pretty
it
insane.
was he hit a Colat, Me and Ghost did a really nice like bait play where he tucks, and before they clear him, I TP, so they look at me, and then he swings out, shotguns them, and then that leaves Dubai Duelist on the 1v4. And we've been in this situation before. Remember, Icebox. 1v4 and we lost that.
Yeah.
So what do we do this time? We say nobody swings him. We all come together and mark it on bomb, and we just watch angles.
And that was, oh fuck, man. And that was like, as much as I'm a team player. Like I'll be like the one that's negative most of the time, But if I get like info for the team, then I think it's like a positive, you know. But at that point, yeah, I remember because he went to my fucking site
Yeah, I remember
because
that. Yeah.
you like yeah, Wolfie killed like 3 of them, and then it was over at that side. Then he comes over to my side, and the mentality that I had was I I just want to win this, but I also I guess the ego was speaking to me. I was like I really wanted to like, you know, end it with him dying from me. It didn't happen. I fucking died because I listened to you guys.
I remember you ulted and then you went back elbow, but then he dashed up to you and then killed you early. Like when you were running away.
I flashed for info to know if he's like pushing me, and as I'm flashing and
Oh yeah,
like,
and
backing up,
he comes out.
he's dashing into me.
Yeah, that was crazy. And the casters were very adamant on him winning.
Dude, they were shitting on me.
Dude, they were
Yeah,
they were adamant on him winning that 1v4 taking mine. They wanted to see that BO3. Sorry, BO6. And we were like, no, it's just not gonna happen. I'm sorry. Wolfie comes through TP with an op. He hits a body shot. No, he hits a leg shot, and Dubai doesn't kill him. Then he pops a cage, and then Wolfie just ops him and he dies. And I was obviously very happy, but my subconsciousness was like, damn, what the fuck? He just got opt twice, bro. How did he not win that? But we were screaming, man. We won that tournament after a whole month of training, only being a team for a month, not even maybe like 3 weeks or so. We won our first tournament in the bag, and we were screaming, you know. We had so many achievements in that tournament. We brought in the most viewership. We brought in a fan base. We grew a fan base. We brought in a win. We won money. We grew as a team. We made Empress cry. And it was just dubs. It was just dubs for our team, bro. It was full
and then
dubs.
we disbanded the day after.
And then we fell apart. Hot mess on the ground. But that win was so big for us because it wasn't just about the money. Corey would definitely say it's about the money. I know Corey would be like, yeah, I'm just here for my money. And then I would probably say that too. But I was so happy that in such a short time we had achieved something so much bigger than each of us.
Yeah.
And
well,
I was like,
for me, it was sorry to cut you off there,
No,
but for me going into the team, I just gotten a relationship of like 3 years just ended, so I wasn't in the best place mentally, and I wanted to do something to prove myself that I could do like whatever it was that I set my mind to, and so the team was such an ideal team for me because it was not only was it like it felt professional, but I vibed with the team a lot. Like I vibe with you a lot, and you know, there's a connection right away. So the idea, yeah, the money, I very much wanted the money, but the win was like a symbolic win for me, you know, to prove to myself that I can, you know, get over shitty times. So that finally happening was like it's a little tournament, but to me it was like the fucking world, dude. It was insane. I loved it. So I mean, you could hear it when I was screaming and shit. That was genuine. That was in me the entire fucking time. Like up till from day one of joining you guys to that very end. I was holding that shit in, you know?
Yeah, when we won that tournament, like I still remember that feeling so well, like it's a second nature. It was goosebumps everywhere. It was like nothing else in the world mattered, and I just screamed because we had just done something so amazing, just the 5 of us, and like just it was such a good feeling. And I was like, you know, I don't think I can feel like this anywhere else, like this type of achievement. You know, like I could get a degree in like engineering and it wouldn't feel the same. But it was like, it was so good. And you know, it like you said, it wasn't mainly about the money. It was so symbolic. It was so much more than just the money. And you know, I what did I do with the money actually? You know, I think I remember I spent the money on Uber Eats. Actually, yeah, I remember now. I bought
I'm
food.
pretty sure all of you guys did.
All of us bought like McDonald's. No, but you know, wait, was it you or Wolfie that said?
It was me.
No, it was you. You gave your money to your mom, right?
Yeah.
That was so sweet, dude. All of us were so like okay, it's like we were joking around like what we were spending the money on, but then when you said you're giving the money to your mom, even Corey was like, "Wait, that's so wholesome." And we were like, dude, Nacho's such an angel. What the fuck? And then, and, you know, me and Ghost were just sitting there like, yo, we're fat as fuck, bro. This guy's giving his money to his mom. So that was really good too. It was also uplifting. And then when we came back to the server, Empress was crying. She was like, guys, good job. Good job. I'm so proud of you. And I have the VOD still, you know. It's like I watch it back every now and then. I'm like, yo, that victory was so good. And yeah, it was good. In my head, I was thinking, wow, with this win on our belt, VNS is going to soar for the next month, 2 months. Well,
okay, but also, like all the positive of the tournament and all of like, you know, the progress that we did, that was like a big part, yeah. But then there was also the underlying thing of, like the synergy was there,
mm-hmm.
but it was like it was sort of an unspoken thing that after, you know, after the tournament was done, like that's our goals were different.
Yeah,
Like our enemy wasn't the same.
I think that's a really good way of putting it. After the tournament, dude, like we took a break, right? It was like a 2-week break to cool things down. And then like I honestly didn't even know how, like I was like thinking in my head, like how do I want to ramp things up now that we are like in my head I was thinking now we are a full-fledged team. I think we can go harder cuz I felt like we were a very good team. We had good synergy, and I think at the core, like I was very happy that we had a type of team where we could have fun with each other, laugh, and you know joke around. But when it came time to like lock in, we locked in.
Yeah.
But then now it was time for me to take the proper steps as like an owner, IGL, and type beat to take us to the next steps. And I feel like that's where the like part of the struggle was to kind of understand like what's next. How do we what now, you know? And it was tough. It was so tough, you know, because I was trying so hard to think what am I going to do now that's different from what we already do and is more better than what we already do. And I feel like I was so tunnel vision with that specific point that it was like I made some weird decisions, bro. I made some weird decisions. But also in my head I felt like we were riding the high of winning that tournament for so long that I just felt like we got so lazy, you know?
Yeah, well, and I will say this. I did warn you about taking too long of a break. It showed, man. Like you said, it felt like we got lazy, which is just weird to think because of like that high was strong, dude.
It was.
I still feel it, you know? So it's weird to think like that like we plateaued.
Yeah. I mean, like, what did you envision for, like, the next steps of VNS after the tournament win?
Honestly, like
the same structure, the same like intensity is what I envisioned, but I know that it was taxing for people. So I guess the vision that I had was maybe a new roster change, like a new roster lineup, maybe additional like staff or like, you know, staff in general. So that you didn't have to fucking do everything on your own.
You know, and I think that was one of also the main problems, you know, like I think it ties in with us trying to take it to the next level, and then also not having enough resources, that it was so taxing on my brain and my body that it was like, okay, it was fine enough that I was like managing, IGLing, and then also like I would say like semi coaching, because Henry wasn't really, he was kind of just there like to coach me, but then he wasn't like there during the day to coach us. And now that it's like we won this tournament and we want to bring it to the next level, that just means I have more jobs to give out. And if I don't have anyone else to give it to, then it's my job now. And finding staff was like the hardest thing. Rarely do you find people who are just willing to take time out of their week to just do online stuff for you. Usually you have to pay them. And you know what? With $80 under our name, that wouldn't have been the worst option. But you know what? Uber Eats is very tempting. So you know what? We're gonna blame Uber for the reason. But
fair enough. Fuck Uber.
But yeah, it was tough because from my perspective, it was like I want to bring more staff in, and I want to split the jobs up more, but I also had a secondhand worry that would the quality and professionalism of the server and how our team runs diminish if it wasn't, if all these side jobs weren't completed the way I wanted them to, which kind of sounds control freak kind of, right? But
it's your passion project,
right?
So that makes perfect sense that you'd like, it's your baby, so totally understandable that you'd feel that way.
But it's also like I feel like our professionalism was our kind of like golden egg, right? It was the reason why we were succeeding, because of how professional we were. And I felt like if I brought people that didn't envision the same thing and you know completed tasks the same way we do as an attempting professional esports org, then I feel like that's where a bigger decline would come. But at the same time, that was bad on me because I just kept putting more work on myself. And obviously being a normal human being with a job, you know, things kept adding up, you know, and then school.
A job, going to school, and then research for all of this to make sure that you are still, you know, tip-top shape, not only mechanically, but like with your brain as well. Yeah, it's gonna take a toll.
I think I was gonna say, you know, like that's a lot of things to say. That's a lot of jobs. I was like counting my fingers. I was like, what the you know, luckily enough, we did have a couple of helpful hands, you know. Obviously we had our graphic designer. He's still around. He's great. He made us amazing banners. You know.
Yeah, I'm still rocking that shit.
I'm still rocking that shit. You know, I've seen other people's banners. I was like, that's cool. But have you seen Venatus' banner?
Check this out.
Check that out. Yeah. 7 for $10. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So I take pride in that, for sure. And there was also Empress too, helping me with scheduling. It was a journey to get to that point. But you know what? She took such a big load off my shoulders with scheduling. And then we also had a couple people try to help, but it did not turn out too well because in the end, they really just didn't do much.
Well, it was like you said, like the professionalism that we had and that we envisioned for the team, and then you bring in a new person, and it's clear that it's not, you know. And it doesn't have to be your passion to, you know, manage people, but to put effort into it,
like half of as much effort as we did into it
Hmm.
would have been nice.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna say names, but like there was a manager we brought in that was like when they came in after I talked to them for a while, I was so excited to finally have a manager. You have no idea. I was talking to Corey and Ggnacho. I was like, my life is complete. I feel like we're going in a great direction now. We can finally relax because I have 2 less jobs to do. and
Yeah, for sure.
and that's what we thought, right? We were so wrong. We got nothing done with that manager, and then I just and then they snapped at me thinking I was a different person. Do you remember they snapped at me?
Yeah.
That DM? Oh, that was crazy. I'm not gonna show that to chat, but that
That's
was
showing
crazy,
their true fucking
dude.
colors.
And then that's when I was like, yeah, no, you're done. You're done.
You're done. You're done.
So
You're
then
done.
I just went back to
Yeah.
the same jobs, same things. And it was just like, fuck me, dude. And honestly, I don't think anything specifically, like one instance changed my mental like my mentality. I think it was just over time being like so busy with everything. I think I burned out. And I think that's
Yeah.
what
and that's
was
a
bad.
big problem with like esports in general is the burnout.
Yeah.
Even
No,
if
I
it's
definitely agree.
amateur or not, like it's if you're doing it, if you're putting your all into it, yeah, you best be careful, otherwise you will absolutely burn out.
And I think because of my burnout, I don't think I know for a fact that it put such a bad effect on you guys as well, because you guys are relying on me to be present with IGLing and stuff like that, and then also like drive you guys to keep improving and stuff. And I also think we were slumped in terms of like mechanics and like game awareness and stuff because of how because of that really long break that we had, and then
Yeah.
riding the high off the win that we had just recently got. So not being mentally there for me, and then also just like us still being rusty with all that stuff, I think it put us in such a bad mentality because I was starting to burn out, and I was also starting to like feel less and less like motivated to like come back every day and be like, oh, let's go, guys. No, but I came back and I was like, all right, guys, let's lock in, let's get this scrim, what like work on this and blah, 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 this. And then, at some point I just got really tired where I was just like, I just needed to take a break. Cause then, like being burnt out and stuff like that and tired, just like being tired in general, like little things can set you off. Like, do you ever feel that?
Yeah.
So for me,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I was so exhausted that like someone arguing back with me would literally set me off so bad, and I would just be like, so that was me for like the last month of VNS, which was only 2 months in. Take in mind, like we just got off the tournament and we're still feeling good, but like we still got our team synergy. But now I'm exhausted from all these roles I have to fill, and then I'm even more exhausted because we attempted to get those roles filled, and then they all left, or they all. I just don't. Yeah, it was hard. And then I think roughly halfway into that month, I think that's when I took like a week break, and I had people fill in. And I don't really remember how that went, but I think from your
Well, I
perspective,
mean, shit.
because for me, I was on my break, so I can't really say anything, but like, how was it from your perspective?
So like immediately, even during the tournament, I could sense like burnout was a very big possibility.
Right.
So the first initial week break after we won was kind of like an alarm going off in my head, where if the burnout hasn't started, it most certainly will by the end of this break. And coming back into it, I don't think it was just you. I think like all of the mentalities changed, and like all of our egos got bigger, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt very much like which is unfortunate because you know, doing like five days a week or whatever is what I want to do, and I like doing that. But when the mentality in the in game shifts, like when burnout happens, it then becomes like a job, and you know, people don't like doing jobs. So going into it, like you said, it was like you had to gas yourself up. You had to like mentally prepare yourself to go into scrims because the mentality, there was just something that was off with all of us. And so when you left, we had people come in and fill in, and I don't want to say that like, you know, it's on you, because you know, we're all adults. We, you know, we're mature. We should be mature enough to recognize our own faults. But when you left, it was kind of like I don't know. I'm not speaking for others. Speak for myself. It was like a wake up call that, I need to reevaluate like what my plan is going forward, because of like if the IGL leaves and like the team falls apart, then that's like that's a problem on the team, not the IGL.
Right.
So
In a sense though, like in my head, when I took a break, I also had that thought initially in my head, was like, I also kind of do want to see how these guys do without me. But I'm not trying to say it like with like pride, like with an ego, saying that like I am the, you know, I hold these guys together. IGL, in an IGL way, I do technically hold you guys together because IGLing, but I don't.
No,
I'm
absolutely,
not. Yeah,
man.
I don't think like I'm the win condition at all, or like, you know, like I am the sole factor. But I wanted to see how you guys did without me, and I also felt bad at the same time because I also felt a lot of discouragement and a loss of motivation. When I remember watching one of your guys' VODs, when I wasn't present that one time or the other time, and I felt bad, but I also was very burnt out. So I said I just need this break so bad, and I don't even know like what I'm gonna do when I come back. And so observing you guys also, like I felt really bad as well. I was like, I felt like I was ditching you guys in a sense, but at the same time I was like, I don't know if I can come back yet. I don't even know if I'm ready yet. So that was my concern. That was my my thoughts when I initially left for that week break.
And I supported you leaving, and I guess the in-game mentality was like, do you have what do you have it in you to improve, like without our babysitter, essentially? Like, can we do this, and you know, learn from the past? But it was like it wasn't a team. It was just it was individuals playing on a team, you know?
Yeah. I do distinctly remember we brought in like a total of 2 people, right? For scrims for you guys.
2 or 3, I'm pretty
2 or
sure.
3, yeah. One was the duelist main that you guys played with on Pearl, and I remember she was filling up at the time. Yeah, I remember.
Oh, never mind her.
Yeah, she
was good.
Yeah, she was filling in at the time as a potential 6th man, and then we also brought in the other guy, also Jeremy. You remember that guy, and the crazy thing for me was when he joined. That was around the same time where like I had made the decision in my head where I felt like so hopeless about things. I just thought like I would just step back and be the owner and help you guys as one of the people in the back, like the camera guy. And I thought bringing in a fifth man for you guys would be good, because I was thinking about making you IGL, which is I think why I put you on so many games to IGL for those guys while I was gone. Because that's what I was thinking of in the background, like because I didn't know at the time if I was coming back or not, and I was like, this is my contingency plan. If I step back and help you guys from the back, I want Nacho to be the IGL, and we need to find a fifth man. So it was that guy, and
Fucking hell, dude.
that guy. Ooh, whoa, that guy was. But the crazy thing was he was so nice to me. He was like very stuck up with me because like, and you guys were the ones to tell me it's like cause you're the IGL and he just wants to like impress you only, and that's why I was so confused, because you guys were telling me completely different things about this guy and I was seeing a whole different thing. Yeah, it was like two different people you guys were talking about. So when you guys told me about him, I was like, what? Really?
The same guy?
Same guy? And then like I talked to him on
And,
call and I'm like, hey, okay, I'll watch you play comp, sure. And then he was like, I'm just really like trying to find a good team that motivates me and grow as a team, and I see your vision for esports and I want to help you with that. And I was like, yo, this is the same guy that these guys were telling me about. I was like, what?
And like he had that, like when you were there, when he was talking with you, it was always like, oh, like, yeah, he kind of in another world where his ego wasn't so fucking massive, we could have probably worked with him and it could have been good.
Probably,
but,
yeah.
He was so full of himself, and I don't know, being the temporary IGL, it kind of like shot me in the foot with the temporary part, because they're so used to listening to one voice, which would have been you. So to have me, and I think at the very start, well, like once I joined the team, I think I was the lowest rated one, right? Or the second lowest.
What? I don't even remember. What rank did you come in with?
Uh,
Was it gold? Or I don't. I think you were. No, you were. I think were you gold 2, if I remember. It was gold 2 or gold 3. I think because Pearl was your first match, and you played Killjoy, right?
yeah.
Okay, I think you were gold. If I remember, you were gold 3. So it was you and Corey the same rank. And you guys both came in, yeah. So you guys both came in around the same rank, yeah. I don't think any of us were like lower than like the lowest at all. So yeah,
Right,
but
shit,
yeah.
then I don't know, the idea of like me being temporary IGL. I don't know. It was like mom and dad are away, so you don't listen to the babysitter,
Right.
which sucked, especially trying to manage like that one player that had that huge ego, and trying to manage an ego while we're in game,
Right.
while the rest of them aren't really like fully paying attention to what I'm saying. It's like you can't get like, well, I guess you could get a proper feel, because like I didn't fuck with them,
Right.
but I guess for you, I wanted it to be like as serious as possible, so that you saw how it could work, but it just never, that was never able to happen because of ego or whatever it was. It just never was able to happen, and it's unfortunate that those tryouts had to have me as IGL during
Those,
that shit.
like egos were like the tough. Like I think the biggest thing was like egos were the toughest, were the hardest. They were like the hardest to deal with, because there are so many players that obviously have intentional egos, and then there are players with unintentional egos where they don't even know it themselves. They don't even know that they have an ego. That's just their way of life until someone has to open their eyes with a crowbar and then tell them that hey, you are completely wrong. This concept is completely wrong. You need to understand that, or you won't understand it, and then that'll affect you. But having that conversation multiple times is draining as hell. So avoiding players like that is like pretty recommended, and you don't really see them in a team scenario most of the time. But luckily enough, people with intentional egos are easy to deal with because you know that they're just assholes, and then you could just, tell them get the fuck out of here.
True.
But, and so the thing is, like, after those couple days, and that week of taking a break, that's when it was like, I think we reached our ATL. We really reached our ATL. There was no change in my burnout. It was the longest burnout I ever had. And I came to like a conclusion, essentially. I was like, I don't know if I have it anymore. I was like, I don't even know. I felt like I was the problem. So at some point I was like, I'm the problem. I should just be the owner. Cause I feel like,
Well, that's reassuring to me because like during the after the win, that's what I thought too. So hearing that you thought that is kind of comforting to hear. But fuck, dude, you could have maybe we should have talked more.
yeah,
And been like, hey, are we the problem?
Shit, maybe
No,
we're
not
the problem. No, wait, you're not the problem. It's like two Spider-Mans pointing at each other. We're like, shit, man.
Yeah.
Fuck. Because then after that's where I started making some stupid decisions. It was like the webcam stuff and like the patch notes. Like, what was it? It was July where I put out an update about like how the week has been and how it's going to go. I said, here, I have the message, and I was like, recently, we've been slumped with poor circumstances, and next week is more focused on side aspects that are going to be improved rather than just playing a lot. Here's a little dev update for VNS. Then this is like, I think about this so much, and about how unnecessary this was, but I just, I remember my thought process back then, too. It was like, I was so, like, adamant on you guys being included on all the side things with VNS that I lost the fact that we just needed to play more, and that we just need to focus on playing more. I made it mandatory to have cameras on. The Google Calendar thing was fine because that was actually just a really good way to do our schedule. The social check-ins, like stuff like that. Making everyone have a Twitter, and stuff like that. And then the strike system, which I remember I was actually pissed when I wrote that because I was mad at how far down we had gotten after winning the tournament, that I did the strike system. And the strike system was let's see. Yeah, that after a certain amount of strikes, you get put on being a sub for the week, and you don't get to even know that you were on sub, or you don't even get to know about how many strikes you have. And it was 1, initiative, participation, readiness, attitude, and communication. It was basically me indirectly telling everyone to just be more present and be better.
Yeah.
Or
But
else.
that's what we needed, because there was the underlying, like, no one was talking about what the fuck was going on, but everyone felt it.
Yeah.
Like, you left. Like, there's a reason you left, man. It's not because you needed a vacation. It's because you needed to fucking recuperate.
I agree 100%. That week, like I did hope back then that everyone did understand why I took that break, but I felt like I kept just like overthinking about it too much, to the point where I got angry, I got stressed about it, like the progress that we were making, and then like I went boss mode, which was not like in a good way. Like I went manager mode, which was bad, and then that just like I felt like that killed my motivation even more, and I felt like it killed you guys as well. Being like that type of strict. Like there's a different type of strict where it's like motivationally strict, and then there's just being like stupid strict. And Um, after that, there was the premiere thing where I overslept and I didn't get to invite the guy into premiere for you guys because the night before that was bad. That I on top like I put in an announcement about how we need to shape up, and then I fell asleep the next day for premiere thing for you guys, and I was like, and I wasn't even playing. I invited the guy into premiere, but I forgot to accept his thingy, and so he could never join and then lock into the thing. So that's why it all went bad.
And that one I kind of took, not personally, but like I kind of like that rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah,
I don't blame you for that though.
I would blame me 100%, dude. I fell asleep. I was like, it was like 4. No, I fell asleep and I woke up at 7, 8, or 9. I don't remember, past the lock-in period, and I just felt so bad because I was so pissed at you guys for the whole week about like participation and stuff, and then I just completely just opposite of that. So I was like, fuck, dude, am I even allowed to be angry still? No. And then
but the thing that like rubbed me the wrong way, it wasn't because like I was like, you know, yeah, it sucks that you didn't wake up, but shit, dude, I think I've done that. I'm pretty sure Corey did it. You know, I think all of us at one point did it. It was the idea that Premiere was like that was kind of like the last thing that we had.
Mm-hmm.
And like it was kind of like a test, like it was a test to see if we could keep going forward, and to have that kind of like, you know,
not happen
in the ground. Yeah, it was me, like I know I mentally checked out of trying my hardest in the team, which sucks. That's not what a player should do.
Yeah, but it happened. With the situation
that
was given. Yeah, it definitely like that whole arc with those 2 new people joining us, and then us parting with that guy, where I actually came back after, and then we actually played a second tournament, if I remember. Yeah, right. We played a second tournament where we got
fucking shit on in the first.
Dude, a full team of immortals just absolutely sweeped us, and that was it. We were done. And it was that game where I think, 3 days after, I addressed everyone and said I'm going on another week hiatus. Yeah. 3 days after.
That was like a quiet, like,
it was a quiet.
That was like okay, yeah, it's over now.
it was literally 3 days after. I was like, hey, main peeps, hope everyone's well. I wanted to address my plans for the next week coming, and maybe plans for us permanently. And I knew for a fact when I say permanently, everyone got scared. I was like, oh no. I'll be taking a week hiatus from our roster. I'll still be booking games for you guys, and we'll be available for messaging in case you guys need anything. The reason behind this hiatus is because lately I've been feeling slumped on our team. We've tried a couple of things and talked with each other about steps to take ourselves further. And then I said, I feel as though I'm not adequate enough to help improve your growth as players and as a team. And then I said, I feel as though I don't get through to you guys well enough. And then I also think I've been lacking in the professional aspect of our team in terms of staying vigilant on certain behavior towards others. Also, I think we had a couple fights too during those a couple of those days where we were arguing about something. Yeah. And I think me seeing that was like, that was me checking out as well. I was like, I'm booking another hotel, guys. And then after July 31st, after that announcement, literally 6 days later, I said again, hello everyone. After using this week to decide and take a break from our usual team schedule, I've come to a verdict and would like to have everyone who would like to be in call around 5 p.m. This call is very important. Will be much easier to announce in call rather than text. Thank you for your patience. Meta. And I feel like at that point, everyone knew. I think everyone knew what was coming up. It was...
Well, I think Corey already left.
Oh, yeah, I actually did forget to mention that. Actually, I think, before the week hiatus, after the girl left, it was Corey that messaged me personally and said, hey, like something around like how he felt like I wasn't around enough and that I lost my passion, and how he'd love to come back when we start up again. But for now, he just has to deal with life stuff, and the team right now as it is, not like it's not good for him right now. And I think that message that he sent me, like that was it. That was the one that told me like this is falling apart so bad, and I can't. I know that I have to stand. I have to be the one to like pull it back together, but I don't know if I can. So Corey leaves. We part with Corey on good terms. Don't worry, good terms. We'll talk about what happened to Corey in 2023. and slash 2024.
We're never seeing that guy again.
We're never seeing him again. He's gone, man. And then like after that, it was like, it's what not me, you, Wolfie, Ghost, and then we need to still fill a spot. I was like, I can't. I think we're done. I think it's time to and I told myself this. I think that Argo tournament was as far as we could take it with what we had. But when I think about it now, I think if we had better staff, if we had more staff, not better, if we had more and better staff, and if we had just talked to each other more, including myself as well, then I think we might have been a team a little longer. I don't know how long it would have lasted past that, but I think we would have been a team a little longer, regardless of like whether we kept like succeeding or not. But I think the communication aspect was what really like held it down into the like 6 feet under. And then we just met. Like I remember we went into that call, and I was as honest as possible. I just said like hey guys, like I think we're just gonna disband. I thank all of you. Blah, 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 and then we were laughing about stuff a bit, and then we called it. We all left the server except for me and you.
Still in there.
Yeah, me, you, Empress, and Henry, and our graphic designer are the only ones left in there. We're chilling.
Shit, man. I'm in fucking idle mode. I told you this. I'm in sleep mode. I'm just waiting for that call to come back, and then I'll come back.
Take it in mind, you were the you were the only person that told me that whenever we come back, you are ready, and I was like, shit, man, I don't know if that's happening, bro. Fuck, bro. That because I don't know, us disbanding actually like it hurt. It really hurt, but I knew it had to be done because even Henry at some point, even Henry was telling me like, this isn't good for you, bro. Like, it's not healthy, bro. I think you gotta leave, bro. And that was like, yeah, that's my wake up call. That was like him telling me like, if my like closest friend is like telling me like I'm not looking healthy because of the stress I'm getting from like this team, then maybe it's time to try something else. So then that was it. VNS disbanded and nobody heard from us again. Not on Twitter, not on Instagram, nothing. And then, well, there was one Twitter post. It was, we're cooking, and then we're still cooking. And then I missed the golden days. I remember that. Honestly, that banner, I love that banner.
the fucking
fucking our
MS
characters.
Paint
Yeah, the MS Paint characters. Hands down.
It does capture me pretty well.
It really does. Like, you were the only person that has the most detail on yours. Everyone else is pretty much one-liners. You, however, down to the very pixel. But
well, I think I'm also like the oldest, right?
I believe so. Yeah. I think Wolfie's the second oldest. Yeah, but it was after that, like after what we disbanded in August. Yeah. After that, September was just like school, and now that I think about it, VNS wasn't that long ago. It really wasn't that long ago. It was only August of last year, or like 2023, and we started in April, right? or was
Well,
it?
you guys might have started you guys definitely started.
I
sooner
think
than
we
me.
started the group chat in April. We started the VNS group chat. We weren't a full team yet, but we started the group chat in April, and then I think we started functioning in like May. And and then I think like the end of May is when you came along.
Shit.
Yeah, and then Argo tournament was June. Yeah, near the end of June. That's when the round robin happened. Then July and August is where July was the tournament or something. I'm trying to remember the timeline, but I can't. But yeah, ever since we disbanded though, I never touched Valorant after that. I rarely touched Valorant after that actually. For the first like 2 months.
Yeah, it was a bad breakup, dude.
It was
I
a
was
bad.
feeling sad.
Yeah, dude, it was like NSYNC, bro. It was like, dude. But NSYNC came back. You know, they came back and made one song for this movie called Trolls.
Wait, so are we? Wait, hang on. Is this you? Is this you saying that we're coming back for one song?
What?
Just the announcement?
No, whoa. You're saying we're coming back for one scrim and then we're gonna disappear.
Well, no. Okay, one song would be one tournament.
One tournament. That would be crazy if we had another tournament arc, eh? That would be insane.
Win Argo back to back.
Yeah, Argo. Oh, dude, if Argo had a second tournament, dude, we'd come back new. Like it'd be insane for the second comeback. It would be. But yeah, I stopped. What was it? I think I started playing Valorant again in like November, dude. That's when I was like just playing to play because Henry started playing again, and that's when I started coaching. Actually, I decided to start coaching people instead of like playing, and it worked out pretty well as a side hustle. Started making money off of that. You know, I was like, I gotta put that game sense to use. And surprisingly enough, you can teach people all the way up to like essentially immortal, because there are a lot of players that are, lacking in the game sense department. Like mechanics is like, yeah, it's up there. Some people obviously lacking in mechanics, they just need a routine. But game sense was like, that's where it's at. And that was teachable. That was very easily teachable. Because you just need to explain concepts and fundamentals to people, and they just like, wow. And I feel like I grew a lot in my brain wise as a player, where I was like, wow, I wish this is how I was teaching. This is how I wish I was IGLing in VNS, or this is how I wish I could like help like even like side coach some of our teammates, because I felt like more developed as a player and more confident when I was coaching.
Yeah, I mean, of course, man. That was like your VNS was fucking IGL trial like #1 for you. So yeah, you're gonna make some mistakes. That's part for the course, dude.
Literally. But yeah, so then after
2.0 though, we'll come back stronger.
Oh yeah, yes sir. It's all coming down.
It's like it's not true.
Huh? What? I'm edging right now. Okay, I'm edging right now.
Shit.
Yeah, it's like you can't really like. I'm not gonna say anything directly. What?
What?
It's agree nor disagree, okay? I can't say legally. I'm not saying anything yet. You never know. I could say it. They just gotta keep watching the stream and see what will Metacorn say at the end. But yeah,
it's over, and I'm blocking you, Ggnacho.
Yeah, no, you're benched, and we haven't even restarted. The biggest running joke, bro. The biggest running joke in VNS was I'm getting benched, and it's literally, yeah. Dude. But yeah, no, I think I've been unconsciously training to come back. No lie, my mechanics are much better than before. I think in VNS, I'm also glad I don't have to stay on controller. That's the biggest thing too. There is a lot of role issues, which now I think I felt a lot of freedom to play around different roles, and now I feel just so much better as a player, mechanically. Like,
sure.
Oh, and I also picked up a duo as well. Yeah, stuff like that. But Ggnacho is like you're like, what is it? It's like the Overwatch cinematic where fucking all the heroes are waiting for the call. And then who's the one that made the call? Winston. And they're all starting coming back. Winston. And then everyone's like, I must answer. Oh, let's go. Overwatch is back.
Let's go.
Overwatch is back. But yeah, I mean, that's essentially the history of Venatus. Not the end of... the end of Venatus, but you know what?
Well, chapter 1, definitely.
Season 1, yeah, season 1 of VNS. But, you know what? I think it's time, Ggnacho. I really think it's time, man. Is it time?
Shit, I don't know.
Shit, man. Well,
shit. Come on, man.
Episode 1 of Trash Talks. You know, I think it's good to let them know before we dip. You know.
Let them know what.
Whew. Chat, you see that logo? See that logo, chat? You see those beautiful green and red white? You heard it. You're gonna hear it legally from me, chat. But I think we're back. I think we're back, chat.
We're back, baby.
We're back, baby. Let's go. VNS is coming back 2.0. I'm not edging you. Yeah, we're coming back, and we're coming back strong. VNS is coming back, and it's making its return. We're in our villain arc.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Wait.
Wait. Yeah, my bad. Oh, wait. I feel like I stole that from somewhere. Hold on. Whoa. Oh, hey, did I also mention I almost started a Game Changers team?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You should have.
I should have started again. You know what? I was making jokes with Henry. I was like, ahaha, Coach Meta and his never mind. I can't make that joke.
Tell me after.
I'm so good. But yeah. So chat, we are back. VNS is coming back for its second sequel. And you know, I don't know who's gonna be filling up these tidy whiteys, because we have 10 pant holes, leg holes. Sorry, we have 10 hole legs, pant holes, and we have 4 filled already. So I don't know. I look forward to that.
I'll get a spot though.
Hey man, like, you know what? All fairness, I should definitely not guarantee you a spot, because I feel like that would be fair, right? But at the same time, it's like, in my mind, when we're doing tryouts, I kind of want to see who.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Don't give me. I mean,
you
we're
know?
friends, so it'd be nice if you gave me a fucking spot, because we've been through some shit together. But if you want me to trial, I'll trial again. I'll show you why you picked me up in the first place.
You know, I need you to scare my duo, because she wants to try out, right? But I need you to scare her with like how we, because like I told her get ready to calm and shit like that, right? But she's like, I'm gonna white swing and die. I'm gonna be the best chamber in the world. Tigma, she's a chambermain, right? She's a chambermain that is attempting to play other sentinels. She's decent at other sentinels, but she's a. I think the biggest thing is like,
pretty good.
Yeah, no, she's pretty good at Cypher. I think she just needs to learn them on other maps, but her mentality is the biggest thing, which is tough. It's so tough. But
she get negative like mentality.
Yeah.
Like, just get hit easily?
Very easily. It's like...
Damn.
It's yeah. But honestly, like... I don't know. She's been...
Team setting will be easier, though.
Yeah, in team setting, I'm sure... I don't know. It's tough to say in hindsight, but... I think from when I started coaching her to being her duo, I think her mentality's gotten a bit better. She does slander me every single day. She only responds with phallic objects. Like the words with, like, you know, she says penis always. That, you know, I just get disrespected out here. You know,
I mean, she sounds like she fits right in with Venatus. So.
Yeah. Huh. Now that I think about it, you're right. She would fit in. You know what? Segregating meta, that's just what I'm looking for. Let's go.
That's just what it's all about.
What it's all about. Yeah, I don't know. You know, if anything, I'm most excited for my duelist arc in VNS. That's what I want. My
your
duelist
full
arc, bro.
fucking potential, man.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, bro. And I can like IGL do this. I'm opping, and then I wide swing and die, and then I can just IGL you guys from death.
Just sit back. Yeah.
Just sit back, spectators. Oh hey, I see something on the minimap. Can you go over there? Yeah. But without further ado, that was episode 1 of Trash Talks. I don't know. Is there anything else to talk about, Nacho?
Shit. Well, I mean, I want to hear the joke off.
Oh man, you shouldn't have said that again, because now people are gonna wonder. They're gonna wonder what I mean. Oh, man, can't get canceled before we even start, man.
No, it's okay. I won't tell anyone.
Yeah, honestly,
They won't know.
How will they know? They won't. They just won't. They would never know. Anyways, without further ado, thank you so much, everyone, for coming to Trash Talks episode 1. This will be on YouTube again for your entertainment, and thank you for Nacho to coming out to the first reboot. Yeah.
Yeah,
thanks
replacing sushi.
Let's go. Let's go. Thanks for speaking your truth. Definitely gonna see more of you, obviously, because we're gonna be on the same, hopefully on the same team.
I would hope so.
You
Yeah.
would hope so. Yeah. Can you imagine if we had this trial and then it's just like,
Yeah, you hype this all up. I'm on the first episode, and then I don't get. That'd be.
yeah, and then I end up just
that'd
doing
be
the Game
really
Changers
fucked
team
up.
anyways, but it's not because I'm playing for the Game Changers team. It's a hidden ruse to get me into Game Changers. It's Metacorlina. That's me. Alright. Well, thank you so much, chat. I hope everyone has a great night. Please tune in for the next stream. When is it, you may ask? When the sun don't shine. Have a great trashy night, everyone. You want to say your last words, Nacho?
No, that was a good one. I don't want to intrude.
Oh, you don't want to say have a trashy night either. I mean, you can say what I said. I mean, you want to.
Have a trashy night. Doesn't sound the same, man.
It really does. Okay, wow, that was so shit, man. Oh my